Is this good? Are we on? Oh, we're live. Oh, hey. My name's Austin Fitzpatrick. This is my new student dialogue. Alright, so first question to the dialogue. Do you feel your group achieved true dialogue? Yes. Discuss the differences between dialogue, discussion, and debate. And first of all, discussion is more of like a, breaking apart of issues. It's all about pushing towards a winning idea or to try and break apart issues to gain agreements. It's more of a persuasive, trying to persuade and convince others in your group towards your point of view. Whereas a dialogue, everybody's kind of working together to one solid understanding. Which brings us to a debate, which is the opposite of a dialogue. It's more of an argument or a fight towards your opinion. It's all about besting your opponent rather than a dialogue where you all listen with an open spirit. There's no set idea, and you have to work together in order to lead to a common understanding. Overall, I felt like our group was very outgoing and active, many active voices as compared to reserved voices. There were definitely some reserved voices, as there are in any group, but for the most part, I definitely felt like a true dialogue was achieved. Everybody was working together. There were no arguments. It was all to try and reach that one common understanding. I felt like my role in the group was as a team player, just like it should be in a dialogue. We all work together as a team to achieve our one understanding. The reason that dialogue is a component of Library 100, I believe, is to try and get students to learn how to work together to achieve that common understanding rather than trying to argue with each other to try and get their point across. I feel like it's a good teaching tool to get people to work together in groups and to just work together as a team or as one body. And I felt like that is why dialogues are required as a part of Library 100. I went to the religion dialogue. Overall, I felt like it was very interesting. I learned a lot about religions that I knew nothing about. I learned that Catholics regard Mary as the only perfect human being, as an example for us to be closer to God. I found that very interesting, as I am a strong Christian and I believe that Jesus was the only perfect being. But I did find that interesting, as it makes sense that that they would put somebody on that pedestal who is still human, as to make it more achievable. We also learned about the differences between atheists and agnostics. I found this very interesting, as there were two atheists in our student dialogue. And that agnostics believe that there is a greater being, such as God or Yahweh or whoever you want to call him, but they don't know who it is. Whereas atheist believes that there is no God or greater being, which I find very interesting, as it takes a lot to believe that there is no purpose for us to be on this earth, and there is no afterlife, or there's nothing that will happen after we die. And I feel like that was one of the most interesting religions that we learned about. I also felt the dialogue proved very useful, as it pointed out many of the fallacies and beliefs that are not true about many religions. I learned that Mormonism is not related to Amish people at all. I also learned that Judaism does not believe that there is one prophet, such as Jesus or Muhammad. Overall, to wrap up, just wanted to say that I feel like dialogues were a good component to the Library 100 course because it teaches students how to be respectful when discussing something as controversial as religions. In a dialogue, you have to listen to what everybody says and take to heart what they're saying and work off of it rather than argue against it or just claim that they're wrong and say that you're right. It's all about working together to get to that one common ground, and it's just a good way for students to learn respect and how to work together as a group. So overall, I felt like dialogue was a useful tool in my university experience. Once again, this is Austin Fitzpatrick, signing out.